Welcome, ladies and germs, YouTubers, otakus, and, well, everything in between. I am here doing a Let's Play of Alice, American McGee's Alice. This is the first one. I splurged a little bit and went and bought it for the disc on Amazon. I actually wonder if it's at all possible to actually register the game on Origin. That's something I don't know, but it'd be nice if I could. That way I don't really need the disc. It would just be on Origin. Hehe. Any case, we're going to start a new game. I have only ever played part of the way through. I think the furthest I've gotten is probably about where you get the billy club mallet, croquet bully club mallet thing. Anyhow, we are going to go ahead and go for a new game. And you know what? I'm going to play on easy because, well, I've never really played all the way through. Ooh, cutscene, the very first cutscene. Look at those pretty cards, some letters. I know we just saw an oil lamp a few moments ago, didn't we? There's Alice. That's Dinah's kitten. I remember she had 2 cats, if you read the second book, Through the Looking Glass. Dinah, the white one, and I forgot what the black one's name is. Run, girl, run!
Mom? Dad? Alex? Mom? Father? I can't sleep! Get out, Alice! Save yourself, Alice! Get out of the house! Poor you. After all these things, maybe that old rabbit will bring her around.
The way her wrists are looking, I don't like the way they look. It looks like they were bloodletting her. And it's just creepy. Looks almost mutilation. The rabbit needs eating. Okay. Everything's just broken. Rabbit. Village of the Doomed, and we are currently down the path to Dementia.
Please don't dawdle, Alice. We're very late indeed.
You're late. You're late for a very important date. No time to say hello, goodbye. You're late. You're late. You're late.
You've gone quite mangy, cat, but your grin's a comfort.
And you've picked up a bit of an attitude. Still curious and willing to learn, I hope.
Wonderland's become quite strange. How is one to find her way?
As knowing where you're going is preferable to being lost, ask. Rabbit knows a thing or two, and I myself don't need a weather vane to tell which way the wind blows. Let your need guide your behavior. Suppress your instinct to lead. Pursue, Rabbit.
Yeah, Frozen Foxy's right that his grin disappears before he does. Which it's not supposed to. Just, wow. But yeah, this is technically inside of Alice's head. pretty twisted, isn't it? But she lost her entire family, so can you blame her? Well, apparently her sister must have survived. I don't think her sister was living at home, was at home at the time of the fire. But she lost her parents, and why couldn't her sister take her in? I have to wonder about that. But come on, seriously, following rabbits into holes and dark places and cute furry animals, that's basically a habit of hers, and it's always what's gotten her into trouble. But yeah, Tim Burton definitely would have had a hand in this, I think, or at least he must have been inspirational. Actually, no, Tim Burton I don't think actually helped create this. But you know what? I think he ought to be credited, because I could swear this vibe is somewhat Tim Burton-ish. Just like Frozen Foxy said, and I could totally see it. As for the whole Vampires the Masquerade thing he was talking about, I haven't actually played Vampire the Masquerade. I certainly have not been in Gaunt's Manor. But you know what? I'm planning to get Vampire the Masquerade. And you know what? I'm gonna play as a Malkavian. This coming month, I'm gonna get Vampire the Masquerade. I will also be getting The Sims 4 Jungle Adventures. Mahaha. So yeah. We can jump. We can fly. Okay, no, we can't really fly. At least not without some help. Ooh, there's a little someone down here. Who are you, dude?
Our land is destroyed. Our spirit crushed.
Reminds me of the asylum. Is there no joy here?
Slavery and happiness do not dwell in some homes.
That's actually an old proverb, I think.
Partly problematical. Consider a leap of faith. Ride the wind.
You know, I think that the term of slavery and happiness do not dwell in the same house. I think that's like an old proverb. Of some sort, but yeah. Ever since I actually found Heart no Kuni no Alice, I have been utterly and completely fascinated by Alice. And especially after learning that there is a real mental illness called Alice in Wonderland syndrome. And that's actually, what it is it's a mental illness that deals with perception. Like, you'll look at something and they seem to be getting bigger, or you'll look at it and it seems to be getting smaller. Or you're growing, or you're shrinking, or you hear strange sounds. A lot. It's pretty... I mean, you would think it'd be fun to have that sort of a thing, but the people who have to deal with it, actually, it's not fun for them. I mean, mental illness is not fun whatsoever. Bipolar girl, ADHD, schizoaffective, and that one actually started out from me just being lonely. And, well, I'll be surprised if it's not full-blown schizophrenia by now. That's just... you know, some of the devices in here, what do they even do? None of them make sense. That doesn't seem to do much. Anyhow. He says, Kessie said to take a leap of faith, so... we can fly! Drosvel's gas extraction. Yeah, I like reading the signs. Let me be.
Stir up no trouble, stranger. The Red Queen's agents are ruthless.
I'm not afraid of her or her creatures. Never was, really. You should stand up to them.
Defiance is useless. While the Queen reigns, only death can release us from this misery.
Or her death, I suppose.
So...
Meta-essence is the life force of Wonderland. That of your enemies is especially potent. Collect what you can. Use it wisely.
I wonder, and I wouldn't know just yet, but I've got to wonder if this is basically a quest to kill the Bloody Red Queen. If that's what this first game entails in this first game. And okay, this here looks like a person. Can't really zoom in, but this looks like a person with a weird mouth, and he's pointing up. What's there to look up about? I guess maybe this is supposed to be... Oh, this is supposed... Oh, actually, you know what? This might be the carpenter. Or at least he resembles depictions of the carpenter I've seen. So if I look around carefully, will I find the walrus? Unless, of course, they just flip and murdered the walrus. I wouldn't blame him. He killed and devoured the cute little oysters. Yeah, I'm still looking for the walrus. Bite me. Sue me. Sue me. Just sue me. Nothing going up there. Nothing there. Nothing there. Now, I know some people will look at this and they're like, I can't get in. You can't get in that way, but you can get in this way. There we go. Ooh. Yeah, and the Vorpal blade would happen to be a bloody kitchen knife.
Your knife is necessary, but not sufficient. Always collect what's useful. Reject only your ignorance, and you may survive.
Reject your ignorance. Hey! Now I'm gonna either nickname him Betwixt or Peter White. What the?
Everyone seems completely dejected. Are things really as bad as all that?
True. Reduce you to a blubbering pig. Are you the savior Rabbit has been telling us about all this time?
I shouldn't think so. I'm a person. And just now, I wish to get very small. About this big.
Calls for serious twisting. You'll need to go sideways, not forward. If I knew how, I'd go sideways myself.
Not twisted, small. I wish to become about this big.
The fortress of doors holds such secrets, but it will take more than a wish to get inside.
Doors have locks. Locks need keys, which you don't have. Let's hope the doors are open.
And if not, there may be more than one way to skin a cat, if you'll pardon the expression.
Most unpleasant metaphor.
Please avoid it in the future.
Sorry, Cassie. Okay, so he says something about twisting and going sideways. That probably means... That probably is meant to mean that, it's... You can't get there directly. It's... The path is twisty. It's not straightforward. And I think Alice is expecting it to be straightforward. Oh, right, I didn't read all the signs back this way. Oops, if there were any. Back to reading the signs. Okay, we've already read Drossel. Drosselvir's steam extraction. I'm still expecting to see the walrus here somewhere. I mean, I'm fairly certain I already saw the carpenter. What other little Easter eggs? Oh well. But yeah, to do the throwing the knife like I just did, you press you right click. Make sure to aim carefully. For the card guys, that's usually a very good way to do it. But it takes a while for the knife to spawn, as proven by Foxy and experienced by me with the limited amount of gameplay I had with a hacked version. Basically, yeah, I mean, it works, I guess, if you don't have the ability to buy the game. I probably won't be linking it in the description or anything. But, yeah. Alright, I've already talked to you, so let's see now. Run a mushroom shop. One side will make you grow taller, and the other side will make you grow shorter. Which is which? There are little teapots short and stout, and when they get all steamed up, then they shout. Damn you, rabbit! I get hold of you, I'm going to be extremely ticked at you. Going where I can't follow? Screw you! Mushroom! Buzzed sawmill. Yeah, I foresee a lot of unhappy accidents happening there. Lost limbs and other unpleasant things.
Only a few find the way. Some don't recognize it when they do. Some don't ever want to.
Yeah, and that's technically the way you're supposed to go. There's technically the way you're supposed to go. But I just want to go down here for a minute. Have a looky see around. A looky see around. Looky, I got Wookie. Actually, no, that's actually supposed to go looky, I got hooky. And that was Rufio saying that out of a Hook, which is a old version of Peter Pan from the 90s, with, oh, God rest his soul, Robin Williams. Ugh! I still can't believe such an awesome person is gone, basically. It's I still remember Jumanji. I remember Mrs. Doubtfire, which I remember Hook. I remember him as the Genie of the Lamp. Who does not at least know Genie of the Lamp? I'm sorry, it's hard to believe he's gone, and it's hard to believe that Steve Irwin's gone. And I was a fan of both of them. They were both very amazing people. I wanted to be Steve Irwin, and Robin Williams was really good at making people smile. It's just too bad that in the end, he couldn't get himself to smile. I mean, when you take your own life, you're obviously not smiling. You're in a lot of pain. Pain so deep and profound that you just can't take it. I've been down that road. I'm still here, though. For me, it's remembering the people that care about me. And that's what's kept me here during my points where I felt like that. I can't say I know Robin Williams' situation, but I really wish that there was that he'd stayed. As for Steve Irwin, thinking about it, I know dang good and well he wouldn't have allowed them to actually cut the stingray up just to save him. And what he would say about it is, you know what, that was my bad. That was my error. That was one of his favorite phrases that I recall, is human error. And really, whenever a person gets into an altercation with an animal, it's human error in the end. The animals are just doing what they do. They go on instinct. They try to survive. We're the ones who usually wind up being the dummies. Though, Steve Irwin, he was brilliant and truly an amazing person. Okay, I did not mean to get into a memorial eulogy here, but yeah. Those are my personal feelings. I really wish that both of them were still with us. I'm fairly certain I'm not the only one. One died of a tragic accident, which I know dang good and well Steve would not blame the stingray. That's actually something I'm positive of. He would not have blamed the stingray. I mean, when he's gotten hurt by crocs, the crocodiles and other animals, he always blamed it. He always recognized that it was his mistake. And, well, alright, enough of Depression Town, because I'm gonna wind up depressed, and this playthrough will not be all that fun. Time to go talk to a dude.
Rabbit told us a champion would come. Are you that champion?
Perhaps. Can you get me inside the Fortress of Doors?
Oh no, I wouldn't dare. Since the upheaval, we've all become gutless half-wits. I can barely risk crossing the road. But make your way to the mines, the deepest pit. There's one wiser and braver than myself who might help. He still lives free.
So, does that make a chicken a little bit of a better person than you? A bit of a better person than you? I mean, you said you're a gutless half-wit who can't even risk crossing the road, and that just brought to mind the joke about the chicken crossing the road.
Every adventure requires a first step. Try to put true even here.
One of these days I'm going to look up what the word trite means. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I just got to look around a lot. There was actually something that Frozen Foxy previously saw that looked kind of neat, and I'm just keeping an eye out for it. Where are the legs? Legs! The legs running in the hamster wheel. You're mine. Well, your is misspelt. And as for mine, like I can see what Frozen Foxy meant here. And yes, I'm going to mention him a lot, because I first actually got into this game by watching his playthroughs. I've got this one, I've got the second one. Supposedly, they're coming out with a third. I've yet to hear more information on it. But yes! It is about dang time. I would actually love to see Alice regain her sanity and ability to function. A lot of people, or at least the ability to cope. I know that I honestly wish I could learn to cope with my own mental illness better. Basically, I've always just shut myself away in games and anime, and wasn't exactly the best thing for my mom that my mom could have wanted, but it was all I had. There we go. All I had to do is walk forward forward. Very simple. In we go. Village of the Doomed. Pandemonium. Panic, basically. Extreme panic. It usually involves crowds that are panicking. Know your minds? Well, platforming in this game, I gotta agree with Frozen Foxy. It's not difficult.
Good as step ladders to those who know how to use them.
Tessie! Tessie Shire! Quit just sneaking up on me. Alright, we don't have to... Eventually, we're gonna be coming out of that little portal down there. So... There are the little legs. Okay, like Frozen Foxy said. Like a hamster wheel without the hamster. Hold on. How do you go up? No. Okay. Oh boy. I forgot how you go up on the ropes. Alright. Bear with me here. I'm having to look up the controls. Climb down, swim down. Enter, okay. I'm a ditz. The platforming is not difficult, but you definitely have got to know your controls. Here, Essence. Thank you, Meta Essence. There you are, dude.
Why do you pursue me to this deserted place?
To benefit from your wisdom.
Even blurred vision is valued by the blind. If I were clever, would I cower in this slag heap? I'm not wise, girl. I just don't know.
I wish to get very small. No bigger than a mouse. Do you know how I might do that?
Only that? Oh, yes. I could manage that. For a price.
I have nothing of value.
You have nerve and your health. Mine are nearly gone. I've seen too much suffering, and I smoke too much, you see.
What must I do?
In the Card Guard's compound, a particularly rough diamond holds a key. Retrieve it. I will repay the favor.
Well, that's step 1. What about 2 through 10? Oh, that's step 1. What about 2 through 10? Okay, yes, I repeat myself a lot. Screw me. Or sue me. No, the typical tongue-tied. Constantly. Can't even... Poor little Miss Otaku can't even talk straight. As usual. Her either her mouth or her brain are moving just a little too fast. There we go, you're mine. Now, I'm going to go ahead and end the video after we've gotten the key. Okay. Aw, I want to pick up the Meta Essence. Danger. Yeah, and yet we have to go forward, whether it's dangerous or no. Time for the craziest roller coaster ever. That would get shut down in a heartbeat. Yeah, this would not make it at Six Flags or Frontier City. This would get shut down almost immediately. Like that. Hi, peoples. Under construction. Boy, well, that's done. Game over. No, I'm just kidding. Alice has enough sense to jump off. She's actually one of the only people who does have sense. Oh my gosh, she came out of nowhere. I barely saw him. Alright, so coming over here. Danger, under construction. Now this can probably read. And this looks like a jack-o'-lantern or a scarecrow face or a skull. Actually, I know that Frozen Foxy said skull, but I think this is more of a cute jack-o'-lantern. Or maybe like a scarecrow face. I don't know, I just don't really see skull looking at this for some reason. It looks too cutesy and whimsical. Now let's go learn about juvenile humor.
52 pickup is a staple of juvenile humor, but when the deck slices and dices, it's no laughing matter.
No laughing matter. When he says that, it almost sounds like the guy who played Dracula from like the 90s version. Bortle of Blood, Bram Stoker's Dracula. I think it's simply Bram Stoker's Dracula, but it might be Bortle of Blood, Bram Stoker's Dracula. I don't know. There was a very, very old video VHS from ages ago that had a couple shows on it. One of them was Dracula. One of them was, anyway. But there was also another show before it, and I think that one may have been Bortle of Blood. It involved some sort of a witch, and it was a bloody, bloody, bloody horror movie. Now, as to my own theories about these tentacle things that you're going to find throughout the whole place, I think they're actually nerves. The nervous central. Because when you think of madness, it always has to do with something having to do with the nervous system. Because madness and mental illness, they're conditions that affect how your brain works. So it makes more sense that they're nerves. Well, to me it makes sense anyway. There's the dirigible! Yes, we have one advantage the Queen sorely lacks. Zeppelins! Okay, yeah, that's a Helsing abridged preference. Alright. Now to go get the key to sanity, hopefully. Okay, dude. Crap! You know what? Simply because I want some meta essences. Yeah, the meta essences of your enemies is extremely potent. Hey, I want hearts. I want a heart. So we've got the Red Queen has apparently got 2 places for hearts, and Ag! Screw that meta essence. I want to grab this heart. Why? Because it's pretty. It's sitting there. It's shiny. So we've got the diamonds. We've got spades. We've got hearts. Clover or clubs is not there anymore. I wonder if clover or clubs is supposed to be the White Queen symbol. At least that's a food for thought. So in No Kuni No Alice, which was by Quinn Rose, which last I heard they went bankrupt. No! We've got the Country of Hearts, which is where she starts. Then she goes to the Country of Clover. Then she goes to the Country of Diamond. All depending on whether the two latter only depending on if she did not fall in love with hearts. And there were a lot of hunks she could have fallen in love with. Probably about the only one I was not interested in was Goland. All the other... And, well... I actually was very curious about what Vivaldi's route would be. Hey. The only thing we had not seen was spades. which I rue it, and I can only imagine what Spades would have been like. The key! The key! Who's got the key? Yeah, and you could just simply walk up. You don't actually need to do anything. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and save it here. And I shall see you guys all on the next episode. I love you guys. Rate, subscribe, chat, the comment, share. I'm hoping to eventually make a career out of Let's Plays. Maybe the occasional review. I'm gonna need some help with that. And hey, Anime America, please scout me and teach me your secrets. Please. I would actually love to be a part of Anime America. Or Pop Spectrum as well. Anyways, see you guys. And stay otaku.